Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the cooking channel. I'm Dave and you're in my kitchen. Welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if it's your first time, welcome. That's a lot of welcomes. So here we go. I'm gonna be preparing today a delicious dish, something that I adore. And it's a vegetarian dish. Let me see. It's a vegan dish, which a lot of people have been asking for, vegetarian preparations, vegan preparations, and we're not vegans around here, but we can play ball. So I'm gonna be making a eggplant with garlic sauce. I love Asian food. Period. I mean, I love food. You can tell. I love food, but I love Asian food. You can give me Chinese, Japanese, any ease. That's racist. You could give me Chinese, Japanese, Thai, Cambodian, you can give me Malaysian, you can give me Asian style cooking all day. And including Indian, because as we know, that's Asia. So we're gonna be making this eggplant with garlic sauce. I already got a lot of stuff kind of prepared and out the way. We've got some ginger, some scallions. That was not a mistake. Some scallions. You'll see. And some carrots, some garlic, of course, and some onions. And over to stage left, we've got a bunch of little seasonings and stuff that's gonna go in. I've got, of course, some Japanese eggplants. These long, slender type of eggplants, and these are very delicious. A little different in texture and taste than your normal globe eggplant, or the big ones like so. And then we have some leek flowers. Took a trip down to Chinatown a few days ago, whatever. And I like to peruse the markets and see stuff, what they got, fresh produce, fish, seafood, whatever. And sometimes they have some different stuff. If you go to any real Chinatown, you're gonna find some different stuff. They got all types of goodies. And I gotta try everything out. I'll try almost anything at least once. Almost. But I like to see these little new ingredients that I never work with. And these are leek flowers. So they look kind of like an asparagus, sort of. And this long, slender, and they got this flowering tip because. All right, let's not go into the asparagus thing, but that's kind of what an asparagus is. It makes to a flower, whatever. So it looks familiar, right? And it's in the leek family. It's a part of a leek. And then they had these yellow chives, and that was interesting. Something that I never worked with before. So I said, why not take it home and take it for a spin? So we're gonna put together this dish. It's super simple to do, and just follow along, and we're gonna have some fun. Let's cook. Here we go. So first thing I'm going to do is just get this stuff out of the way, and just dispatch with these. Move some of this stuff. That's for presentation. You know what I'm saying? Let me get it out of the way so I can go to work. So we've got these eggplants. So what we're going to do is just remove the tips. And rather than staying here and just peeling off, I'm not going to get much gain out of it. We're just going to whack them off. Whack, whack. And you can put them together, double whack. Okay, and let's clean it up. Next victims. And should we go for the quadruple whack? Quadruple whack. Right, that was cool. And all I'm going to do is just cut these into smaller pieces. Let's see. Let's do a long cut. Long cut. Trying my best. I'm always trying my best not to cut my fingers off. It's like my mission in life. Should be yours too. You know? Try to keep my fingers out the way. So we do this long cut, and then let's just get them a little cut, like so. Little bite-sized pieces. When we eat Asian style, when we eat Asian food, you know, in restaurants, or when we eat Asian style, even at home, grab a bowl. We use our chopsticks. We get our chopsticks out. So if you notice, things that are, you know, Asian, cooked in Asian kitchens, the ones, you know, the countries that use chopsticks, they're kind of bite-sized. You know, they don't tend to have like a big piece of, you know, that big piece of chicken that we have, or a big steak, because it's not in the culture to have knives around the dinner table. So everything is kind of broken down into these kind of bite-sized pieces, so you can readily pick it up with a chopstick. You can dip it, because, you know, it's dipping sauce culture. You can dip it into the little sauce, and you know, and keep it moving. So I'm just gonna get the rest of these eggplants cut up. We'll be right back. Now that we got these all cut into these nice chunky pieces, let's get this seasoned up and ready to go. So first things first, a little salt. And got a lot of eggplant, let's just get it in there. And this is about a good 1.5 teaspoons of salt. It's two nice pinches. Just gonna repeat that with some pepper, just some regular cracked black pepper. Another 2 pinches. I'm gonna do some white pepper. Very integral part of Asian flavor, white pepper. Super happy that I learned that. It's like, you know, you try to make a dish and you're like, what am I missing? And this was one of the things that, you know, that I was missing for a long time. A little white pepper. I'm gonna put some Szechuan peppercorns in here for a little heat. And these are not like, the Szechuan peppercorns are not like regular pepper that has that capsaicin heat, that you know, like that heat. This has a different type of heat. It's this numbing sensation that it gives you. So in Szechuan cooking, you'll find this these peppercorns prevalent, and it gives this numbing sensation to the tongue that's a little bit different than regular pepper. So I'm just going to quick grind and just divide it up into 2 pinches again. 1, get away. And 2. And what's left? 3. So it's 3 pinches. Okay. 3 pinches and a dusting. Let's get that out of the way. All right. All right. Moving right along. A little ginger, a little granulated or powdered ginger. A little onion powder. Almost done. A little granulated garlic. And we have a lot of pungent flavors going in here. Because truth be told, eggplant, you know, it's not the most flavorful vegetable. So it takes a shine to some seasoning. It likes it, right? So we're all seasoned up. Everything is nicely coated. And I'm just gonna let that marinate for a little while I move to the cooking side. But before we get to that, one last step for the eggplant. Now that it's marinated really nicely, I'm gonna give it a dusting with some cornstarch. And just to help, just give it a little crust. I'm dusting with this with the strainer, and then just flipping. Just tossing to coat it. Here we go. I got the wok on. It's getting hot, starting to get a little bit smoky. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil and let that get heated up. When you start to see the oil shimmery and smoky, then you know you can start adding your ingredients. Okay, it's hot. You see it's good and smoky. Now I'm gonna start with some onions, some ginger, a tiny bit of garlic, and some of the white part of the scallion. That I'm going to add just these cut pieces of the leek flour. Get that a little toss, and that's just a good way to it's a good way to start seasoning your oil a little bit. Just give it a few ingredients real quick. And I'm just gonna scoop that out. I don't want these to burn because I'm working with this high heat. And you don't want stuff to burn. This stuff will burn real quick. I just want to flavor that oil. So heat that up a little bit. And we're gonna grab our eggplant. And I'm just going on my hand. Spread it out. Use the surface area of the wok to your advantage. You want to spread it out so that everything is touching the surface. You don't need it to be piled up. You want it to kind of use all of this area because it's all hot. It's all usable space. All right. So one part of cooking is patience. We're just gonna let it chill for a little bit. Let it develop a little crust, let it develop a little flavor, a little color. All right. And then we'll give it a toss. And it starts, I'll show you this. It starts to get that brown real quick. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it over here? I'm working with all these new angles. I'm working with angles, people. It starts to get brown and delicious real quick. Okay. We get them a little brown. And then I'm going to remove them. And we're going to do this in a couple batches. Just so we don't overcrowd the wok. And every piece of eggplant gets a little time on the surface, and you know what I mean? And we don't want to overcook it. It's full of water. So you don't want to overcook vegetables because you lose the texture. They're full of water, they're full of life, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a 3-batch job. Okay. Wok's still smoky and good, right? So here's everything that we put in the first time that we used to season the oil. You can use it again. Right back in. And ginger. Some onion. Not all of it, just about 3/4 of the onion. We got about a good cup of onion. Right? I'm going to put some in now to really soften up. And then I'm going to put some in a little bit closer to the end for crunch. I like that dual texture with the onion. A little crunch factor. Okay? I'm going to toss in the rest of these scallion greens. And I use the scallion green because it has more onion forward flavor. And the whites, I'm sorry, my faux pas, my bad. The scallion whites, or you know, the end that's closer to the root. We use that because it has a little bit more oniony, garlicky, scalliony flavor. And then we use the greens. We use more for a garnish, right? So this looks good, and I'm going to go in with some garlic. I had about 4 cloves of garlic, and this can't be eggplant with garlic sauce without some garlic. I think I want some more. What do you think? This garlic sauce, right? My spirit just told me it needs a little bit more garlic. I think that was 5 regular size cloves of garlic. And I'm giving them a nice little chop. You know I can't help myself, it's garlic. It's garlic. I love it. My tick, tick, tick don't work. Don't judge me. Alright, I'm gonna get that garlic going. It's getting delicious. I'm gonna put in half of these leek, the leek flowers. Give this a little tear, and this is the yellow chives. Just put about half in a minute for now. And the rest we're going to put them in at the end, just so that they get warm through. Reintroduce our eggplant. Give it a good stir. We're going to put a little bit of seasoning sauce. I'm sorry. This is Golden Mountain seasoning sauce. Very popular brand. And it's a soy sauce. It's a type of soy sauce. And it's, like I said, seasoned. And it says very tasty. Very tasty. Yeah. I'm going to add a touch of soy sauce, but I'm going to add this soy sauce into my slurry. This is just cornstarch and water, right? And this is what we're going to use to make a nice sauce. So I'm just going to stir that in. I'm going to find a little spot. Find a little spot right here. Just to add that. I'm going to bring that quickly to the boil. And once you see it bubbling and boiling, you can start combining it with everything else. We're almost done. Told you it was easy. I'm going to put this stuff in. This is just the rest of the chives and the rest of the leeks. Look at this, a tear. And the rest of my onions. Going to give me that crunch. I have some shredded carrot here. And that's going to make it pretty. And what I'm doing now is really trying to scoop from the bottom and just flip it, because the eggplant is getting soft, right? And I don't want it to be mushy. I want it to be whole. So I'm just flipping to combine. And then I'm just going to turn that off. And the last piece is just some scallion greens, and it's really tasty. It gives another texture, a little crunch. So that cornstarch slurry made a nice tight sauce, a nice glaze for the top of this, and you can see it's all in there. It's all packed with flavor. This one is a wrap. I'm gonna get this plated up real quick, because you know I gotta do my little sneak preview. It wouldn't be me without that sneak preview, baby. I gotta try first. Okay, all set. So I just paired this up with a little bit of white rice. Got a lot of flavor here. White rice is very easy. Check out Rice 101 if you don't know how to make white rice. And you know, it's a common side dish accompaniment with Asian food. So it fits in just like a glove. I'm just gonna give this a little try, and then I'll call them down to eat. Grab a little eggplant. Nailed it. So good. Well, that's it, folks. That's my time. And thank you for watching the Cooking channel. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It's one little click down below. And if you want, you can hit the notification bell. And that'll just let you know when we're dropping new episodes. I got some merch coming and a lot of good things for this new season 3 of the Cooking channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.